Let's just do that real quick again. Sorry, they could not hear you until now. So just a quick rundown again of who you are and what you did.
So, Trial 1 spawned in, sailed north to find a mushroom island, established a nation, some people moved there.
Mm-hmm. And that was Mycelia.
Correct.
Awesome. So, as I mentioned before, there were some issues with what eventually became the North Marinas. I'd heard that there was conflict of some sort in regards to immigration. Was immigration a concern that you had at the very start when you were founding this nation?
Yeah, we didn't want too many people. We didn't want to be a second promised land.
Mm-hmm, that's fair. All right. You did eventually end up having issues with immigration, I think.
Yeah, we did.
Some would even say that it caused the fall of Mycelia.
Maybe, you can say that.
Did you have any measures in place to handle this immigration or lack of immigration that you wanted?
Well, if someone came to our island, we just sent them to the aristocracy north of us.
I see. All right. And you didn't have any measures to know who was on your island at the time? Is that correct?
Well, the aristocracy was kind of autonomous. We just did our own thing, and we just sent people there. We didn't really care about what was happening over there.
Mm-hmm. But I heard at times there were people who you guys did not want on your island, but were on your island nonetheless, and people were unaware of that.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is just an issue that nations are going to have to deal with? Is there ways around this?
Yeah, I think that this is going to be a pretty big issue, but some measures to be taken place is to have strict border control, you know?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. Oh, then some questions on just the experiment itself. What are your thoughts on the different types of classes?
Some of them are better balanced than others. That's all I can say about that.
Do you have any opinions on which ones are better and which ones are worse?
Well, first of all, Farmer doesn't really do anything late game.
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, Guardsman became really hard to level up after a while.
I see, alright. And do you have any recommendations on proportions of how many you should have of each class? Anything you'd like to say to aspiring leaders?
Well, I think that we have a pretty good ratio of classes, but I do think that there should be more farmers.
Mm-hmm. You think there should be more farmers despite them not doing anything late game?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Another thing. So let's jump into the big situation. While you were president of Mycelia, were there any attempts of like a takeover from within? As in, like, were there people saying that, you know, we want fair representation, you're not representing as well, or anything of the sort?
The only major issue we had was what to do with the aristocracy when terrorists came in. I was pondering kicking them out, but then my vice 640 told me not to.
Okay. But there was no issues with, you don't think that democracy is necessary for these civic experiments, that just having the person who's the leader, as long as they're reasonable and getting things done, they should just go like that uncontested?
Right.
Awesome. So, break down exactly what happened with the justocracy situation for us, for the people who are unaware.
At one point, many terrorists went to the justocracy. Then some of our own citizens, like 461, started to do their own things. Then, me and a lot of people left Mycelia because I'd rather rule a nation in the desert than rather rule one full of terrorists.
Mm-hmm. That's some wise words. I heard that in one of the last sessions, Dead Horse had launched a strike team, which had killed a bunch of terrorists that were hiding out in Mycelia after you had left. they told me that.
You see that? You
Yeah.
were kind of cutting out.
Sorry, no. Let me go ahead again. Dead Horse had launched a strike team to attack a bunch of people and attack all the terrorists at Mycelia to allow you guys to retrieve your land. Is this true?
Yes, this was true.
And did your people return to the nation at that time?
We tried to return to it, but the terrorists eventually just came back.
Okay, because I have heard from other sources that they just took over the land when, like, once the Dead Horse had cleared it out, they found it was empty because all the terrorists were dead, and they just kind of moved in. Specifically, the Justocracy.
Yeah. Some of us tried to come in, they just came in first.
I see. All right, awesome. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about or say? Hello? All right. Seems we have lost communication with 974 for the moment. I will give them a little second. How's everybody in chat doing? Wonderful. Lovely to see you guys here. I think what we're going to do for the moment is move on from 974, and we'll jump back in with somebody else for the next interview, and we'll come back to 974 if they're able to come back. All right. Thank you for your time, 974. In. Oh boy, they've not sent me anything. I think we're going to bring in 309 next. As long as they're able to give me something I can use to represent them. Okay, I'm going to go with somebody else first then. Let's do this. Sorry, people, just a second. And let's change that number to correctly represent who's coming on. Who's 91. 291. Awesome. Let's get them seated. Oh, nice and cozy. All right, let's get them in here. Hello there.
Oh. Hello.
All right, welcome to the hot seat.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so let's start right in. Let's start talking. This time, I think we're going to start with questions on what you thought of the experiment itself, and then we'll jump into more what happened during it with you. That sound good?
Okay. Yeah,
Awesome.
sure.
Awesome. What are your thoughts on the types of classes and the grind for those classes?
Oh, I feel like it's a very skewed, like there's like a few essential classes, but like other than that, there is not really a need for like a lot of the classes.
So what classes would you say are redundant?
Such cases are like if you have like a decent plan, you don't need a guardsman at all. You can like okay, this is a bit controversial considering the many terrorist attacks, right? There are people who say like, oh, guardsman is so essential, you need to protect yourself. But like Skyland has proven that you don't need guardsmen. If people can't find you, there's no need to protect yourself, right? So I think guardsman is redundant.
So you would say that. So you would say that basically having one less member. Well, essentially, if you don't have a guardsman, you're having one less member because you don't need that guardsman player. It's better because you can like optimize to feed, like, let's say 4 mouths instead of 5, and you don't need that guardsman. You can stay more hidden with 4 people instead of 5 as well.
I'm thinking like if you want to run a bare minimum skeleton crew, like if you are like a terrorist group, you want to run like a bare minimum skeleton crew, you don't need a guardsman, you don't need a librarian, right? Like there's some roles that are like non-essential, like librarian.
Do you not think that enchantments are powerful?
No. Think like Cause okay, I feel like there is a certain strat. I'll say like there is like some early game roles and late game roles. As of obviously like Short Rush did put out like some of the statistics, right, for
Mhm.
some of the roles, and like there are some roles tend to be more useful late game than like early game. So
Mhm.
what I've noticed from Trial Zero was that the farmer is
Mhm.
really useful early game, but like late game when you just have like stocks and stocks of
Mhm.
food, right? There's no need for
Yeah.
farmer. So if you want to run a initial skeleton crew, you will go farmer, miner, and blacksmith.
Yeah.
That's the three essential. Then after that, when you're preparing for like late game where there's like more wars coming up, you would go guardsman,
Mhm.
and maybe if you die, you need your blacksmith and miner to re-gear you up. But other than that, you only need those like three essential roles. Like people can argue like there is some like enchantments for if you have enchanted bows, it will be like really
Mhm.
broken. But like Red Fort very did prove that you don't need librarians. You can just fish for bows, right? Fishing rod for
Mhm.
bows. So yeah, I feel like there needs to be a balance for the roles, because some roles are really non-essential, and it is proven to be true. Like builder
Mhm.
really doesn't do much.
Yeah. Hold on one second. I
Like
just want to say 974. No worries about it. Thank you for joining us at the time. Go on 9291 about builders.
yeah, builders are kind of like redundant. Like the only good thing about builders is the fact that they have the access to non-breakable blocks, which are able to make mob farms. But like, how many mob farms was there actually built and was actually effective for grinding guardsmen? Like
Mhm.
I was Grandmaster's guardsman. I didn't use mob spawner, right? I
Mhm.
used I okay, I'm gonna review my strat.
Yeah.
A lot of people, I feel like I was like the only one that was Grandmaster's guardsman in the whole server, because nobody actually bothered to put in the grind or whatever.
Mhm.
Because there was a huge body of ocean, there was constantly squids spawning. There was like tropical fish
Mhm.
and also
I
I killed some
believe
of the
this
mycelia
was
cows.
patched. I believe this was actually
Yeah.
patched by Shot
Okay,
Rush.
pre-patch. This
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
pre-patch.
You saw
Um,
that the passive mobs are granting XP and it was patched.
yeah, and I also killed some of the cows in mycelia. Obviously I did ask 974 whether I could do
Mhm.
it. Because we want back then when I was the marinas, I wanted to really remain a good relationship with everyone. So I just did ask 974 to kill some of their cows, and they're like, okay, go ahead, bro, just kill some cows, because they
Mhm.
had like a lot.
So you talked about librarians being weak. What would you think if there had been some discussions about rebalancing librarians to be the only people with slash message capabilities? What would you think about something like this?
Oh, I think it would be pointless as well, cause I feel like this is breaking the fourth wall. I feel like a lot of people do use Discord for outside messaging. I'm not quite sure if that's the case, but I feel like there is a lot, considering has been some rumors about some of the terrorist groups using external
Do you think that this is
communication.
specific to terrorist groups and they're more inclined to break the rules just by the nature of what they're doing?
No, I feel like it is easy enough to get away with that most people would do it.
I see. All right. Um, let's continue on to the next question then. What do you think about the length of the trial? Like one
I
week.
think the length of the trial, um, I think it's fine. Yeah, the I think 3 hours sessions every day. It's just that for me it's kind of rough for me because I'm in Asia time zone, right? So
Hmm.
I basically currently I'm doing this interview at 2 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
But the trial starts at 11 p.m. and then ends at 2 a.m. and then 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. So
Yeah.
no, sorry, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. So it's like really horrible timing for me. But like most people in NA or EU, I'm pretty sure it's like quite chill for them because there's at least one session that they can make it. I feel like the length is fine, the duration is fine. I think I'm just a more like exception because I'm in Asia time zone, but like I think the timings are fine.
Yeah. All right, that sounds good. Let's get straight into what happened during the game then. You were, I believe, the first player in the game to get full diamond. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. This is okay. I had a strat coming into this trial. If you guys didn't know, I was also the first full diamond for the previous trial 0. Obviously it was really unoptimized during trial 0. I always had the goal of cause I'm like quite a decent PvPer, right? Back when trial 0 was a thing, I had nothing. I had like no previous information. I went for farmer class, and then I just spent like 6 sessions doing farming cause I was like gearing one of my friends up with a lot of sugar cane and like food and stuff like that. And then I was like, how is this gonna make me actually become stronger? I was like, this is so unoptimized. So I started picking a minor class around session 7, and I was like,
Of
yo,
trial 0.
this is yeah, trial 0, sorry. Yeah, trial 0 session 7, yes. I was like, yo, this is actually quite easier to level up and like has much more use. So initially I tried mining diamonds. I was a PL member, Promised Land member. I tried mining in Promised Land. I got like 2 stacks of iron within one session. I was like, oh, this is actually quite fun. But then the mobs were like, I died from the mobs, and it was really punishing. So I was like, okay, next time I mine, I'm gonna bring a bed. I'm gonna bring torches. So like I can cause the mobs are the only thing that is really stopping me from getting like loot. So I tried that. I died. Then I was like, okay, dude, I've lost my ability to like mine iron or diamond like twice. I'm like, okay, what's my next strat? I actually got crazy, which is the PL's guard, to mine with me. Right, he was a guardsman. He's not a miner. He was a guardsman. He was just there to protect me.
Sorry, what day was, like, what session was this around?
It was like one of the later sessions. It was like midway to later sessions.
Okay.
I got him to mine with me, and we both died. So I was like, oh, mining is so horrible. I started like coming up with strats for mining. So I died, right? And then I was like,
is that where you lost your diamond armor? I know that you lost diamond armor at one point.
Yeah, no, I didn't lose diamond armor. I lost diamonds.
Okay.
It was uncrafted. I had like what 30 diamonds or something with crazy in the mines, and we just lost it. So I was like, how can I adapt from this? So I started reading reading through the Discord messages, and I saw people started saying mobs are actually less dangerous in spawn for trial 0. I was like, oh, that's actually quite interesting fact, right? And then I heard from Crazy that mobs don't break blocks during daytime. So I was like, oh, that's even bigger information. So during trial 0, after I died 3 times trying to mine, I was like, F it, man. I'm gonna go mine. And just then, Lumber Coast had this one clutch blacksmith.
Yeah.
And he helped me with all the crafting of stuff. He actually didn't know how to level up. I told him about the armor stand trick. When you hit the armor stand and you just open the furnace for more blacksmith level. I was also the one who figured out the armor stand strat from the beginning.
I see.
Because I was just like exploring. So I told him how to level up, and then I started only mining at daytime in Lumber Coast, so the mobs were less dangerous and couldn't break blocks.
I see.
And then I was the first one who got full diamond using that strat.
I see.
Right?
That's a lot of good strats.
Yeah, so I knew that miner was broken. So right, cause it was decently easy to get diamonds and full armor. So I was like, okay, next trial, I'm going to be a miner first thing. I'm not gonna fool around and spend six sessions being a farmer, right? Next trial, I'm straight away going miner, right? So this trial one, I went straight away for miner. I knew all the correct things to do. Okay, I'm gonna expose some strats. I'm not gonna expose all because I don't want to leak my future trials plans. I had like a group of miners exposing iron ore for me, so that I could level up faster. While they were doing that, I was going down in the mines actually exposing diamond ores, because I couldn't initially break it. I need to level up to get to break diamond ores. And then it actually kind of backfired, because I actually realized you only could mine non deep slate diamond ore before you could mine deep slate diamond ore. So it was actually quite rough. We spent around 2 sessions just getting me the levels and being able to mine the diamond. But then once that happened, by session 2 I was full diamond, and I had I don't know how, but one of my friends, which is one of the Marina members, he was a high enough level member to craft diamond armor as a blacksmith. So that actually worked out really fine. I was the only one with diamonds, and he was the only one who can craft diamonds at that point.
Yeah, awesome.
Diamond armor at that point. So yeah, that was just how I got my diamond armor for trial 0 and trial 1, being the first for both.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you want to get diamond armor, you know what to do. Now, let's jump to talking about what happened during after you got the diamond armor. There was conflict at the marinas. I don't believe I remember the number of your leader. Do you remember what it was?
171.
171, yes, 171. So, do you want to talk about what happened between you, 171, at first?
Yeah. So I had like, cause last trial I was quote unquote a terrorist. So I wanted to do something a bit different this trial. I didn't want to like kill people. So my plan for this trial was to actually be a monk, and just meditate in a temple I will build myself, right? But then that didn't really work out, cause my president started saying, "Oh, we're gonna go to Mycelia and then we're gonna hold out our swords and intimidate them, and then depending on how that goes, we'll just take over the islands without force." I was like, I'm not sure about conflict, right?
So is this is when I came to talk to you as a reporter at that time, and we saw your president leave? Is that what was happening? Because all I got at the time was that there's some sort of intimidation happening.
Yeah. That's at least the plan. I think I kind of convinced him not to do it, and then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna go there and then establish relations or whatever. I wasn't actually there, because I was like, okay, I should just stay back at the marinas and keep grinding my guardsman levels while you do your thing. Because I was the only one with diamond armor. They wanted me to go there to intimidate, because like I'm the only one with diamond armor, I would be more intimidating. But I was like, I'm not down for that. I'm gonna stay at marinas and just farm guardsman levels. So there was intimidation tactics. I disagreed with him, and then eventually next session I actually slept. I didn't attend it because it was one of the early sessions. And then I heard that the marinas got griefed, right? So I was obviously a bit bummed out about that. When I logged on, everything was broken. This time I was not really Grandmaster yet. I was like at master level. I was soon to be Grandmaster. So we actually had a mob farm in the marinas, a skeleton mob farm, and I was really bummed out that the skeleton spawner was broken. So 995 and 171, aka first in command, second in command for the marinas, actually went to Skyland because they are friends with some of the Skyland people.
Yep.
And then they just left me alone at Northern Marina. So I was a bit annoyed that they didn't want to bring me there, because I was one of the higher ranking officials in marinas. And then 461 messaged me, was like, "Yo, do you you are the guy with the diamond armor, right?" I was like, "Yeah."
Just a heads up, we're gonna try wrapping this up soon, just because we got a lot more people to get through. But this is a very interesting story, so I'd like to hear the rest of it.
Okay, yeah. So basically, they convinced me to join them. They said they weren't really pleased with Dead Horse like they just didn't like Dead Horse.
Mhm.
I was like, I remember. Okay, I'll to TLDR. There's this terrorist 814
Mhm.
who terrorist me in Berrywood Commune. I got upset that he was still in Dead Horse. I went with 461 and grouped up with them for the
Is
raid
it true that
of
you were
Dead
with like
Horse.
702 and others who had tried to jump you in the past?
I wasn't with 702 because
Okay.
I only attacked with 4 other people, which is 288, 461, 904, and last guy I don't remember, the bait
Mhm.
breaker.
All
It's
right.
like 100 something.
Do you have any final things to mention before?
Yeah, open at a casino next trial, please. I love gambling.
It was very fun. So we do have the owners of Loopland that are coming on next. Actually, I believe that is them. So yeah, I will tell them if they haven't heard already that they need to make another casino. Thank you for joining us, 291. It was really great to hear your side of the story.
Thank you for having me.
All right, ciao.
Bye bye.
Good. All right, we're gonna get 309 and 81 into this now. A double combo. An interview with Nether. I don't know who Nether is. The Jester. We did get the Jester. They're gonna be on after 309 and 81. They've been here the longest, so I'm gonna get them on soon. Let's get 309 and 81 in here first, though. Right. They're going to be represented by one player bigger. Hello there.
Hey,
Hey, welcome. I appreciate you guys making the time to come here.
thank you.
I know it's not easy.
yeah, yeah.
All right.
09 is in special conditions.
Yes, so I've heard.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the best thing possible for you.
Awesome. I appreciate it a lot. So let's
I hope
jump
it's
straight
working
into
good.
it. Yeah, it sounds great. It sounds perfectly crystal clear.
Yeah.
So let's do this a little bit quicker.
Nice, perfect.
So, Luland. Do you want to tell the people who don't speak French what it's named?
Yeah. So Lou, not loop, as I saw so many people in the Discord write it like I saw Lowland or anyway, even the people pronouncing it like loop anyway. So Lou means wolf in French, and we named it like that because when we arrived, we had ships, and some wolves killed them, and wolves started to spawn again and again and again. So I was like, yeah, that's the
I
island
confirm
of
that. It
wolves.
was terrifying.
Yeah.
And
Sorry.
also because we were a lot of French people there. So
Yeah. So
to mix
who's speaking right
those
now? Is that
two
81 or
identities.
309?
309. I'm
Three-
309.
Okay, you're 309, and
Before it was 81.
And I
Awesome.
meant 81.
okay, just so everybody's clear. Anyway, continue, please.
Yeah, so we wanted to mix our two identities,
Mhm.
I mean, of our people and of the land where we lived. So we named it Lou Land for that reason.
Awesome. What were your guys' histories before you went to Luland? Because it definitely didn't start near the beginning, right?
Nah, it started like on session 1, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at the beginning.
Yeah.
I see.
Uh,
You were you like very far? I guess because you were so far physically, not many people knew what you guys were up to.
Yeah.
Awesome, that makes sense. How did you guys find it being so
Uh,
far away from
09
civilization?
was the first one to get there, so
Yeah. I can explain if you
Ellen.
want.
Yeah.
So I started at the spawn as everyone, and I very quickly went to capital. I mean, it was first called the capital.
Mm-hmm.
The name Capitol Hill was given later on, after I left.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I befriended the vice president, 785.
Mm-hmm.
84?
And-
I don't know. Yeah.
85 it was, 785, I remember. But before he became vice president, and we immediately saw that Capitol Hill wasn't a good place to live. It was too
Mhm.
near the spawn and too chaotic. So we said, yeah, we'll leave to the east.
All right. And
To
how?
find
And
a
you
new
both
place.
left together. 309 and 81. You met at Capitol Hill and left together.
No, I
So
wasn't there
doing
the
the things-
first time they
yeah,
got there.
I tried to do the things in order. So we talked about everything, and I left almost immediately the island from the Capitol Hill
Mm-hmm.
to the east with 785,
Mm-hmm.
and on the road he died.
I see.
Yeah, as many people.
Mhm.
So I was the only one left, and I continued to the east just to be sure that there weren't an island nearby.
Was
that's
this
when
the
I
island
found-
that Capitol Hill was supposed to move to?
Yeah,
I
but
see.
that's for later.
Okay. So
That's in
yeah.
session 3, I believe. Yeah, don't worry. But yeah, so we arrived to the island. Of course, somebody was there, so I placed the first torches and a bed down. But we just, and there was nobody, so I had to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back again to Capitol Hill, and I asked to our president. It was 682,
Mm-hmm.
I think. And I asked him if we could establish a colony on this island that wasn't named at that time.
Mm-hmm.
He said yes. So I asked after that a few people to come with me, and especially 81,
Mm-hmm.
because he was French.
Yeah.
That's the reason. Yeah, and he also wanted to leave a little bit. So we befriended it this way, and he came with me to the island. And that's when we discovered 2 other people, 322. And wait, who was the other one? I'm so sorry for you. I forgot. Oopsie. But yeah, I met 322 at least there. And this was the beginning of a confusion. Because he said, this is New Capland. And I
Mhm.
said, no, this is the Eastern Archipelago.
Mhm.
And that lasted for at least 3 sessions.
Okay.
But, I mean, the time this area got populated was at session 1 when we arrived with 81 and 322.
I see. Okay, that makes sense. And how many people were you around that session where you were settling down there?
I believe we were 4 or 5 at the beginning. 81. Can
Yeah, I
you say
don't.
me?
It was like me, you. I think there was. I'm not sure, but I think there was 828. He was
Yeah,
there.
I think too. Yeah.
Since the beginning, I think. And also there was the merchant. I don't know.
I was about
Like-
to say that too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was the merchant. He helped us at the beginning. I think if he wasn't there, maybe we wouldn't have survived, or
Mm.
it would have taken us a lot more time to settle
Mm.
there, because we basically had nothing. Like, we were struggling so bad to get food. There were no animals, and
Mhm.
when we first arrived, like at Capitol Hill, I had the sheep and the chickens.
Mhm.
And when I brought the sheep, they all died on
Because of the wolves,
first
yeah.
time. Yeah, because of the wolves. And we couldn't even breed the chickens because we didn't have a wheat farm that was big enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the merchant, like, he brought us food and materials and stuff to sell there.
I see.
And I think 311 maybe was one of the first people to come there. I don't really know.
Did people come in
I-
I'm
naturally
feeling so guilty right now.
since it was so far away, or
What?
Did people come in naturally just from exploring? Did you find many people just come in exploring?
No, not
or-
really. They came
I mean,
because there was the location bar in the first few sessions,
Ah.
and the first people that came there, they told us that they looked in our direction and they saw like very far
Mm.
away
this,
people on the location bar, and they just followed.
I see.
yeah,
I
this was
see.
the case especially for the merchant. That's how he knew we were there.
Yeah.
But people also joined thanks to Chu's work, because he went back immediately back on the continent and looked for people and asked them to join us.
Yes.
I mean, not us, but New Kaplan. Yeah, that's
Yes. I believe he was the one who introduced me to Luland as well. Speaking of that, you guys had a very big thing going there. The casino. Whose original idea
oh
was
my
this?
God,
You want
the
to
casino.
let's talk about this.
Yeah. I don't really know much about the why they created it. Maybe Fiona knows more.
I have some elements to bring. I just know that it was Chu's idea.
Mhm.
He wanted to build a casino on Capitol Hill,
Mhm.
but he lost the elections, and he didn't like the government there, so he decided to leave, and that's how he came on the island. And he also had a contract with it was 736.
Yep.
Our casino guy, and he asked him to build the casino.
Hmm.
So in fact, there was a casino, another one on the island. I don't know if you remember this huge,
Oh
uh,
yeah,
the
the building.
big wood building,
Yes,
in front of
yes.
the island.
Yeah.
This was the first casino tentative
I see.
try. Sorry, but we said that's not very. I say that. That's not that gorgeous for a casino. So we said
Yeah.
maybe we can move that on the other island. And we decided to build it. I mean, he decided alone to build it in our carrière. Carrière,
Yeah.
I believe. I say that?
Quarry.
Yeah, quarry, yeah, thank you.
Worry.
Yeah.
There.
Quarry, yeah. No quarry. And that's how the idea came from this casino on the island.
Mhm.
And what can I say else?
No, that's
The service
great.
was perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So what do
he
you
made
think
different
about
games.
having that casino there? Do you think it attracted positive attention? Is
Yeah, I
any
think-
attention bad attention? Like.
Actually, I think the casino is one of the things that were the most important on Luland, because not
I agree.
really I read the paper written by I think it's 457, the frog guy, and he said that it was important in terms of economy, but really it was more important to us to make the terrorists more friendly to us.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
I
see.
believe that's the main point.
Do you
Yeah, that's
also
the main
think?
point.
The economy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead first.
We got some items, that's true, from the casino.
Mhm.
I am thinking about the diamond armor from 291. But what's more important is that having this casino brought people, of course, but it also brought the terrorists, I mean the so-called terrorists. And by doing that, we befriended them, so they won't attack us, because they were gambling there, they were having fun, and we weren't attacking them. And also, by doing that, we in fact helped the other countries too, because the terrorists weren't attacking the other countries like Dead Horse by playing in our land. It was so far away that the time they had to come there, gamble, and come back, they maybe lost 1 hour of the
Mhm.
session.
So you
Yeah.
think
So
that
it was
kind of
also
like if you see like mafias, right? They like get extortion money from different places, like from businesses, right? You could say that the terrorists are kind of like the mafia in the sense that if there's not something there that's beneficial to them, they have no reason not to destroy it. So if Dead Horse were say like giving them like gifts, they might not have destroyed them. Your gift to them was entertainment.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. Yeah,
I don't
and
think
also
it's a thing of gift. I believe they really wanted just to grief Dead Horse for no reason
Mm-hmm.
in
Yes.
particular. But I think that's what was interesting with the casino is that it wasn't just goods that everybody could give. That entertainment, and that's something that they wanted. They wanted to chill and have fun, and their way
Mhm.
to get fun was to grief or to gamble.
Mhm. And is there any
And
concern of casinos losing you guys a lot of money? Like in the short term, it's very possible for casinos
nah,
to lose
not
a lot of money.
really. Not really. I mean,
not much.
at the beginning, we really had no iron. Like it took so much time to be full
That's
iron.
true.
So much time, like probably half of the trial. Really, we
At
didn't
least.
have
At
iron
least.
armor. And at the beginning, when of the casino, when a few people came to us and were like, "Oh yeah, I won some 5 iron in the casino. No, you have to give it to me." And we were struggling so hard to get it. It was kind of difficult for us to give it to them, but when we started really developing our economy, it was
Mhm.
really insignificant.
So
Yeah.
one thing that's interesting, I think, is that the casino is the first place where I saw, at least personally, I saw a functioning economy, like a functioning system of this is how much I owe you, this is how much I'm going to pay you, I'm paying you, and your debts are actually being delivered. That was do you think that that was like just a lucky chance, or do you think it would legitimately work? And what made it unique for that economy to work for a casino versus maybe working for a full civilization?
That's a great question. I can say that what's special the casino is that it's not that big. It's just one area where we can use the casino coins. I forgot what it was called. The tokens, maybe.
Mhm.
It wasn't something that we could get in game. It was,
Mm.
our casino guy had a book where he wrote down everybody's tokens.
Mhm.
So he knew how much everyone had and what everyone gave. And nobody could cheat on that. Nobody had more tokens as anyone else,
Mhm.
but they could get more by gambling. So people had to go there, gamble, and if they didn't respect the rules, they simply wouldn't be welcome and they couldn't get more items. So they had to
Mhm.
respect that to be able to get more.
I
So as an
see.
economic system, I think that's why it worked, because we had to respect the rules.
And you would say
And they
that
were
you kind
fixed.
of had leverage over them because they would have to pay in to get stuff, and once they've paid in, they kind of have to respect it. Otherwise, they lose what they paid in.
Yeah, and again, if they can't come there, they can't get entertainment. And they
Mm-hmm.
also lost a lot of time because they had to travel there.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to respect the rules, you see.
So, do you think that building
And
the
they did.
Nether Highway
They
was
had,
a bad idea?
to be fair, on my opinion, I think it wasn't the best idea for the long term. But
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's interesting for the achievement,
I mean, maybe it
and it's
wasn't
useful
the.
for the allies.
I think that in the long term, we would have to uh, develop like a stronger guardsman presence. But in the beginning, when we were very late on armor and equipment and stuff, it saved us because there were like people in full iron armor running around the Luland, and
Mm-hmm.
we at most had leather armor. And
Mm-hmm.
if they wanted to, they could have killed us all, but they didn't because they just wanted to gamble.
Mm-hmm. I see. All right, well, that was really informative and that was really great. So I think that's all the time we have for you guys, though. So, but thank you so much for joining us for these interviews. Really appreciate
Thank
it.
you for inviting
Thank you.
us.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you around.
You.
Goodbye. Yeah, see you.
Alrighty. I think that next up we're going to bring in the one that a lot of you have been waiting for. The Jester is going to be coming on. I think they've also been waiting for this. Let me just get everything sorted. Do I have the Jester somewhere? Here it is. Sorry, folks, just one moment. Chat's going crazy for Jester. Alright. In he goes up there. Let's get him in here. Hello, hello, hello.
Why, hello there, ABCWarrior. I'm not used to that name.
Yeah, you can call me ABCWarrior or ABC or 701. Anything works.
I'm never gonna forget any of that. I'm just gonna go dude. That's my go-to.
Dude is good. Dude is good. What was your in-game number? I don't think anybody remembers your in-game number. It was like 4-6 something.
462. I believe.
462. There we go.
It's
Alrighty.
not that important.
Yeah, it's very important. Okay. There's so much that we could start off with you. Do you have anything that you want to say before I start asking
Yes,
you
I
questions? Okay.
Dead Horse deserved it.
All right.
That's it. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about your pre-Justocracy history. What was going on? What were you doing? What was your plan coming into this?
Well, my plan really wasn't to be the Jester. My plan was to go to a mushroom biome and just do stuff there or play a different character. But I'll be honest, I really didn't get the vibe that anyone wanted me to do anything else. Like, people really wanted the Jester.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like I saw you in the first 2 sessions making jokes and cracking jokes and running around and getting yourself killed already.
Oh yeah, I was really had a hot start there. My husband, he was doing his classic thing. We got married last trial, and he was taking over Capitol Hill. But as we all know what happened at Capitol Hill, it eventually fell, and so I just started wandering the outer reaches of the map, eventually finding the Mycelia biome. I really didn't do much of thing except meet Gester, that fucking Gester, an inferior Jester.
Okay, all right. Toxic, but all right. I thought that Gester looked up to you.
He killed me more times than most people.
Well, everybody did that, I think.
No, he killed me like 10 times, and he would constantly tell people to kill me. Evil man.
Yeah, I mean, you could say that he knew you best, because, evil version of you.
Yes, exactly. He was also the second in command of my nation, but he was never there.
I see. So let's jump back a minute. What happened in between you running around cracking jokes, being all silly, to founding the Justocracy?
Okay. Well, not much, honestly. I just sailing. Really, it was just me cracking jokes, and then I realized I ran out of jokes, and so I just started exploring the map to talk to new people. Then I found the mushroom biome, and I was like, yo, this place is awesome, and then I just took over one of their islands.
I heard that you had killed somebody, and people said the Jester guy's gone mad in between those events.
When did I kill I don't remember that.
I feel like I could be misremembering the timeline of events, but I believe that that's what got the Justocracy under heat. Is that the news was like, has the Jester gone mad? They were caught killing, I think it was somebody from Dead Horse.
No, you're thinking. Oh, no, I see what you're confused about. The timeline is a little messed up there.
Mm-hmm.
The Justocracy was formed session 2. It was officially accepted by Mycelia in session 3. In session 4, I believe, I killed Dead Horse's dead horse.
I feel like you killed a player. Like, am I wrong? You did not? Okay.
I believe you're wrong.
Alright, I could be wrong. If anybody in chat knows what I'm talking about.
Horse, and they didn't like that.
Yes, that was. So let's talk about it. Why? What happened? What started that sort of beef that was going on?
Well, wait, beef is for cows. What do you call horse meat?
That's what I was thinking, but then I realized I wasn't
Yeah.
educated enough to make that joke.
What do you call horse meat? Let me just Google that real
I
quick.
don't think it's as funny as if you explain it and have to take time to think about it.
Oh, it's called equine meat. That's a fun fact. Also, fucking terrible name. They could do better.
Equine, I believe, is scientific, or not scientific, but a
Yeah.
more formalized term for horses, so
And now I have
makes
beef
sense.
with horse meat, so
I guess you have equine meat with horse meat.
fuck you. You can't do that. Okay.
Yeah.
So they were really annoying. That's it.
Who was annoying in what way?
In general, I didn't like their civilization. I felt they were namby-pamby. You can quote me on that.
Okay.
What else? They were really annoying. Like, just in general. Like, they would constantly run up to me, do a stupid bit, then run away. Or they'd punch me a lot. And they would ignore me. That was the big one. They ignored me a lot.
And this was
but killed their
unique to
horse.
Dead Horse? This was unique to Dead Horse?
Very unique to Dead Horse. This was very unique to Dead
Most people usually fall over laughing at your jokes.
I hated Dead Horse, okay? Just know that. A very reasonable... Everyone in my nation hated Dead Horse. All the terrorists didn't like Dead Horse.
Yeah, so let's talk about them. Everybody in your nation, how did that end up happening?
That's a funny actually. You know the player 814, the zombie skin?
Yes.
Well, I know them outside of the game as well. I invited them to the server.
Okay.
So they were being a terrorist, and they created a whole terrorist posse.
Mhm.
And eventually, 814 wanted a place for her and her friends to live. So
Mhm.
she moved her and all her friends to the Justocracy to live there.
Mhm.
So I was the leader there, and I wouldn't kick them out since I'm a friend, and I have a policy not to kick out anyone. And
Yeah.
so she moved all
Do you
the
want to
terrorists
talk
from
about
there.
that policy? Like, just mention what that
Oh,
policy was for
yeah.
those who don't know?
I wanted my nation just to be a cool place for people to hang out, and just they would stay in my nation and leave to go to other places and do stuff wherever they wanted. So I didn't want them to come to my nation and be punished for what they do outside my nation. I
Mhm.
also didn't want the place getting destroyed by people from outside my nation. So I allowed people to come in and punish people if they wanted to, but to leave my nation out of it. Which confused a lot of people.
Mhm. I do remember you telling the leader of North Marinas that, and it was quite hilarious. Their reaction. It's just being stupefied.
I don't know what was so confusing about it.
Yeah. Your mind works in crazy ways, Jester.
Oh, thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. That was a compliment.
Okay.
So
The people they brought to my nation, the terrorist, was 909. It was 873, the bearskin. Those are the only two, but eventually, since I already had terrorists there, it was kind of like you have terrorists, the more the merrier, and just a bunch of terrorists started joining after, because there's already terrorists there.
Yeah.
And eventually I became the terrorist nation, which was really funny.
Yeah, so I know that at a time you thought you had good relations with Mycelia. Did Mycelia never make any comment on you landing there?
Oh, here, I'm gonna give you the situation of everything that happened. So, I went to North Marina at, like, session 2, and I talked to them, and I was like, hey, yo, wait, you have a mushroom cow, where'd you get that? And they said, oh, there's a whole mushroom colony, and they gave me the direction, and so I started sailing there. And once I got there, I saw an awesome land with a lot of people, and so I decided, hey, I'm just gonna conquer this place. And so I just started telling everyone there, this is my nation now, and you're my citizens. They were not a fan of that.
Okay. Yeah.
So they tried kicking me out, didn't work. I'm very, very good at running away. And
That's true.
so I just immediately left, and since there was 2 islands, no one was living on the other island, so I just took over that place.
And they didn't have any comment on you living there at the start?
Oh, I think they just thought I left, and they just never checked. Eventually, 2 miners ended up moving to the island. They wanted to do mining there. And they realized we were there, and they tried kicking us out again. They were going to conquer us. And so I made a deal with them that we would be a subsidiary nation of Mycelia, but we'd be self-governed on the land as long as we gave them mining rights. And they agreed.
Yeah, and then you realized later on that they were not qualified to make decisions for Mycelia since they were also...
Oh, no. They went to their leaders and then came back. This was all officiated with their leadership.
Well, when I had talked to their leaders, the leader of my city was the first person on here. I don't know if they're still in chat. I think it was 974. They mentioned that they never made that decision to officially recognize you.
Well, he's a liar, man.
Yeah, they can do that. They can do that. They can lie on the internet. 974?
Big liar, man.
974 will kill you.
You know? He has like this evil, like Dexter energy. You know? Feels something's off about him.
I will choose to not comment on this. This is all Jester's words. Anyway.
And the Jester's words are trustworthy.
Yeah, of course. So, question. Do you feel like the trial went the way you wanted it to, you know? Do you feel like you got what you wanted?
In the best way possible, yes. I mean, I'll be honest, those terrorists were really nice guys once you got to know them. They were like a really bad boyfriend who gave you flowers, but they gave me flowers and they abused everyone else.
I do remember them telling you, like when they were like fully geared in like diamond armor or something at some point near Fort Redberry, threatening you at some point, like near the end of one of the final sessions.
That wasn't my people. That was someone else, I believe.
Oh, okay. All right. Maybe I'm confused.
My people, they were 461, my number neighbor. My greatest servant ever, loved him, 783, my goat. Fucking literally, multiple times, Gester would go up to them, my terrorist people, and be like, you know, you could just kill the Jester. There's no punishment for that. And they would all immediately go, no, why would I do that? Fucking, they were so loyal, and it made me feel so happy. Such good citizens. I can't believe they were thought to be terrorists.
Do you think that you deserved their respect?
Well, I mean, like, I helped organize the nation. Like, really, I didn't help collect resources, but I helped organize people. That was kind of my only job. As well as play tag. Tag was a big thing in our nation.
I see, like a national sport?
That was a national sport. It's tag and freeze tag.
Oh, welcome back, Quick. We were just talking about you. You might want to rewind and see what Jester was saying about you.
People listening to this...
This is live.
Cameras rolling?
Oh, yes. We have the police outside, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, he might as well just give up now. Speaking of giving up now, it is almost 3 p.m., so we're going to be wrapping up the first half of this soon. We're going to be taking an hour break, and we'll be back. But do you have any more you want to talk about before we head off?
Yes. Okay, so since the police are outside, this is not good. I'm going to use my formal policy, and you'll never catch me!
All right, wonderful. Well, that was a Jester, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. I'm going to be taking an hour break, and we'll be back. To everybody who's still in the Discord waiting for your turn, we'll be doing it from 4 to 5. I'll jump in there and inform you guys. Thank you to everybody in chat. I haven't been reading chat. I haven't necessarily been answering everything that you guys have been saying, responding to it, but I have been reading everything. Yeah, I'll probably come back a little bit sooner than 4 p.m. to come have a little chat with you guys. Yeah, we'll be gone for an hour, so feel free to close the streams. I think I'll ping again on the server. Do I have a Skyland rep? I think I do. Oof. They might not be able to make it, though. They said 5:30. Yeah, okay, we do no longer have a Skyland rep. I think that was our only Skyland rep. Yeah. Crazy. Trader is saying that yes, there is. Do they know something that I don't? Let's get rid of that. Well, for now we don't have a... Oh, you can try to be there? Oh, that'd be awesome, crazy. Our first official collab. That'd be great. Mudclip is saying that they won't be able to make it from the 4 to 5 stream. I don't think I'll be able to continue till 5:30. So, yeah, it'd be great. I will send you an invite to the server crazy, and I'll ping you around 4 to 5, and we'll talk about that. Otherwise, for everybody else, I'll see everybody in an hour. Thank you, everybody. Alrighty. Let's give a little ping. Hopefully it's not too much. Alrighty, welcome back to the people who are joining us. Let's give a second for people to trickle back in. You know what? Let's drag a Jester in here. What are you doing back here? You're muted.
Well, I thought maybe chance double interview.
You know what? Maybe if we get through everybody else's, I'd love to have you back on at the end.
Oh, that'd be
All right.
wonderful.
All right, awesome. I'm gonna throw you back in the waiting room now.
Absolutely. No, you never.
Yeah, we'll see what we're gonna do about the Jester. Alrighty. Let's give it a couple more seconds to allow people to trickle back in, and then we're gonna jump straight in with 811. G and G. So true. Alrighty, it is 4 p.m. We're getting right back into things. I'm gonna drag 811 in here now. Hello there.
Hello, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you great. Let's just make sure the audio is working for chat. It looks like it is. If I could get a confirmation from chat. They need volume up or anything.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me?
I'll turn you up a little bit, maybe. There we go. All right.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's fine.
Perfect.
Alrighty, so let's jump straight in. We got a bunch of interviews to get through. Let's start with who are you? What did you do during the trial?
Yeah, so I'm 811, one of the first founders of Berrywood, Commune Berrywood. I just dug a hole in the side of a hill because nighttime was coming, and then player 521 joined me. And then it kind of just, players kept coming to Berrywood. But it was kind of chaotic because we kind of just settled there because,
Yeah,
really planned out or anything. We're just trying to survive.
there's a lot to talk about there with Berrywood, especially since you're one of the founders, so you have a lot of information about it. Not much was known since the collapse kind of came very rapidly. So yeah, let's start there. What was the initial setup like?
Well, I think it collapsed just as quickly as it formed because it was just really scrappy. We were plunged into the session. I tried to get some wood. I got a bunch of berries that I saw right outside of spawn. And then before you know it, it was too quick. The sun was just going down already. So I started digging into a cliff and making tools. I just didn't want to die the first night. And then, yeah, that's when other players started joining in. But since it wasn't really planned out, it was kind of in a forest. It was a dark place. It wasn't really planned from the beginning. So mobs eventually broke in. I died. And one of the first times I died, I spawned right outside of Dead Horse. And when I went there, I was like, damn, these guys are like light years ahead. I think that was like session 2 or 3. They had torches everywhere. I went back to Dead Horse. I was like, guys, we gotta be more like Dead Horse. But,
Yes.
But it collapsed and people went to the sky base. I didn't really want to be on a sky base, so I was.
So jumping back a little bit to session 1. when you had first started, I know you guys got quite a few members pretty quickly. You were close to spawn. I've been noting that a lot. Basically, I don't think any of the civilizations that started close to spawn at the start of the game survived. Uh, do you think that that had anything to do with your specific situation? With your specific situation?
I think there were signs that we needed to move. I think Berrywood shouldn't have been a civilization. I think it should have been something that was temporary, because when we were struggling with food, the berries weren't growing quickly enough. Player 521, he went out, he kept hunting, he kept bringing back meat. That was the only way we were able to level up. And it wasn't a good location. We were wedged right between a river and a forest. I think places like Dead Horse, players who made the conscious decision to leave spawn and find a better location, like Dead Horse had a mountain to its west, I believe, and it was right wedged up next to a river. It was a plains biome, so you can see threats coming from far away. I think it's really important that you spend that first few sessions hunting and gathering and finding an ideal location. But yeah, I understand why the commune forms, and I think it was a lot different than Capitol Hill, which was kind of idea first. The idea was we got to do capitalism, whereas we were just frantically just trying to survive and seeing what works. And
so what was the relation, if any, to Berrytown? Is this just a coincidence that the two civs chose similar names?
Yeah, I didn't even realize how close it was until later. But yeah, we made a road eventually. It was just a coincidence. I think berries in general were the MVP of the entire trial, because even civilizations that weren't named after berries, Dead Horse had a multi-level berry farm, Capitol Hill had a berry farm, everybody had a berry farm. There was Fort Redberry, it was used to defend against mobs and stuff. So I'm not surprised there were other berry civilizations, especially just as close, because we're in a biome for it.
For sure. Then let's again, back in that time, there was a lot going on between you guys and Capitol Hill. Do you know what caused that? Why that happened?
I think I wasn't in Trial Zero, so the information I got was from the videos, but I was very skeptical of griefing. I didn't know that real griefing, it would take a while for them to develop. But right from the start, I was like, I don't want to deal with griefers. And I heard a rumor that Capitol Hill was sort of looking for a fight, and I know they're kind of LARPing a little bit, so I thought they were kind of a threat, so we kind of just, killed anyone who came from Capitol Hill just to be safe.
See.
Especially after they were kind of agitating a little bit, but
I see.
Yeah.
So then let's jump back to what happened during the collapse. From what I understand, I was actually a reporter there pretty much at the moment when the collapse occurred. From what I recall the collapse, at least. I believe what happened was that mobs came in from the underground. Is this correct? Or just from the ceilings as well?
They came from the ceilings, they came from below. Yeah, we didn't really have a good defense strategy. It was kind of chaotic.
Yeah, it was my first death as a reporter in a civilization. So it was. I think a skeleton just dropped on top of me and murdered me in the middle.
Safe.
Yeah,
yes. I died that first time, and then I went to Dead Horse and I saw how utopian it was. I came back. I tried to tell people we need to copy them, but it was kind of chaotic. And then I died a second time, and when I returned, everybody was gone. So I knew I should probably head over to Dead Horse. That seems like
So you guys had a situation where you didn't have a system of government. There was not even like de facto leader. There was just no government whatsoever. Do you think that maybe if you had taken ownership and been like, hey, I'm the leader here, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, that you would still exist, maybe elsewhere in a better land with, more defensible, as you mentioned. But do you think that would have been useful?
Yeah, in retrospect, we should have had a leader at the start. I think 521 was a little bit of a de facto leader. I know later in Dead Horse he said he's not big on leadership, but he was a high-level blacksmith, so people just sprung up around him to grab tools, but it was very chaotic, no real leadership.
Do you feel... Oh, go on, sorry.
Sorry. I was just going to say, I thought a commune could work. I thought we all had the same interests, but we really weren't anticipating what the mobs were going to be like, and I, as a founder, I really didn't understand the mechanics of what blocks they could break and stuff like that.
So commune works well when there's not really any big decisions that need to be made, but as soon as a big threat or something comes up, you kind of need a strong hand to say we're doing this or we're doing that.
Yeah, well, two parts. I would say early game before griefers are able to develop. A commune could work if players are familiar with how mobs work and are able to defend against it, like a tree house, or Dead Horse had a raised base just off the ground so mobs can't get to it. If we in Berry Commune understood that mechanic, we could have survived as a commune. But I think late game, a commune can only work if the entire world is on board and there's no griefers, which isn't realistic. So,
do you think the size of the commune also matters?
Yeah, I'd say so. But I think it's okay for it to be chaotic in a hypothetical world where griefers don't exist late game. But because they exist, I think late game you need a central leader to defend against that.
I see.
I think it would be possible if mobs are the only threat.
I see. And you mentioned something interesting before, that 521 was kind of de facto leader because they were blacksmith and people kind of rallied around them. Do you think that being blacksmith is like a position that grants you a lot of power in these civs?
Yeah, I think a lot of positions, maybe like sort of healer and blacksmith, but I don't know. I think it's very easy to have a different leader. I think players just galvanize around that player, and they could use that. They could leverage that to become a leader, but only if they want that position. They really want.
Awesome, that makes sense. So, if you could have done something differently at that moment where everything went wrong for Berrywood, what would it have been?
I would have stood up and I would have told everybody, which I tried to do, but I think I was a little too late. I think we're a little too settled by the time I saw Dead Horse. Earlier, I would have said, this is a great start, but we should all get in boats and we should find a better location and we should start hunting animals until our farmers are leveled up high enough to sustain agriculture. I think the hunter and gatherer phase, where you're looking for that ideal spot, is important. And then when your farmers are high enough level, you can settle down.
So you talk about farmers. Do you feel like farmers, a lot of other folks have mentioned that they think that farmers are extremely weak. Do you think that farmers are more important than other people make it out to be?
I think it's important early game. But yeah, I didn't spend any time as a farmer, or I didn't work closely with farmers. I think I agree with what other players are saying. I think farmers probably need a late game buff, or maybe farmers are just one of those things that go out of style once automation comes in and other things are important.
Alrighty, then let's talk a little bit more about your time at Dead Horse itself. What was that like? How did that start? What happened?
Dead Horse was great. It was a little lonely and a little sad because 521 he was holding out on the sky base. I didn't really know where he was, but I felt like I was with a new group of players for sure. And it was great. It was a really beautiful city. It was really sprawled out. And yeah, there was light everywhere, torches everywhere. I think torches are a great early investment. Just make a bunch of charcoal and light up everything. I built a little berry farm to commemorate Berrywood.
Yes.
And the more sessions I stayed there, I slowly noticed Berrywood people I used to know. They trickled in. It was great to see them. They built a little Berrywood. And yeah, I became a builder. I worked on the walls. And yeah, it was really great before the griefers came. And I think if we had foresight on the griefers, if we had, I think this trial has been a lesson in anticipation. Anticipate the mobs early, anticipate the griefers later. I think next trial will be very interesting.
So what do you think worked at Dead Horse and what didn't work?
I think players are really loyal. I'm sure everyone saw the Endure propaganda guide. We really stuck it out, which is really powerful, and it really helped us go far. But our main weakness, and I think that endurance, it comes from the culture. It comes from it being a beautiful city where players are creative and they have fun. But with just a little bit of central leadership, with just a little bit more planning and anticipation of what might come, you can safeguard that creativity. and that will lead to a really great Civ. I'm gonna post a hypothesis after the stream about how, you know, Fort Redberry and Dead Horse, they were really good allies because Fort Redberry was really good at defense and Dead Horse was really good at culture and recreation. But their distance, it was a detriment. Both Dead Horse, their players became attacked, and that was bad for morale. And in Fort Berrywood, they became so bored because they don't have that culture that they attacked Newfoundland at the end. So I think if you combine those and you have the best of both worlds in one Civ, you can create something that lasts and players really like.
Do you think that there was a problem with the civilization of Dead Horse in that a lot of people weren't, like, you didn't have enough people doing things that people didn't want to do, like mining or other things? I heard there was an issue with having way too many farmers at the end of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I had a discussion with 521 about that in the Discord towards the end of the trial. And yeah, absolutely. But I think it was an issue of just it being, we didn't have the structure, the organization. Players just sort of did whatever class they wanted to, and that led to a imbalance in player classes. But I think it's possible to get players to do things they don't want to do based on that loyalty. Like that loyalty culture, it cannot just be used to make players endure, but also to mobilize them to do things they won't necessarily want to do. And by the end of the trial, I know a lot of players were ready to do whatever a leader asked them to do, just survival of Dead Horse. And I think that could be used.
Awesome. All right. Well, that's the time we have for you. Thank you very much for joining us and talking a little bit about Berrywood and Dead Horse.
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye.
Alrighty. That was 811. Next in, we're going to bring in a face that you know and love, Crazy. Let's just switch some stuff around. There he is. And let's get him in here. Hello, hello. Is something not working? Hey, you're still muted on my end, Crazy.
Oh, testing. Hello, hello.
Yes, there you go. Let me turn your volume up a little bit. There we go. Yeah. Alright, so how would you prefer to be called?
I mean, to be honest, I don't even know what my number was half the time I was in the server, so you can just call me Crazy, honestly.
Cool. So some of you may recognize Crazy from Crazy KTV. If you haven't seen his videos, check him out. I believe you're doing a video on this trial as well, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try to at least. I have a kind of semi-interesting story.
All right, awesome. Well, look forward to that. Maybe subscribe, turn your notifications on for him. Awesome. Well, let's get into this interview. So, what's your story? Where did you start off with? Tell us a little bit about what you did and where you were.
I mean, I think it was kind of just we started off kind of in between trial 0 and trial 1. There was kind of like a playtesting phase, and it was kind of just it was spawn versus the rest, and pretty much everyone who stayed at spawn tried to make a civilization, and everyone else tried to attack the spawn civilization. And as fun as that was, it was also I kind of realized pretty quickly that if we were to do that in trial 1 and stay near spawn and stuff like that, we would get killed pretty quick, or people would try to grief pretty quickly, because it's if you spawn back where spawn town is, so it's you just run back and start playing again. And so I found a group of people who wanted to who had similar goals, who wanted to kind of get away from spawn as quickly as possible. And that group was called the Loft, but we changed it. Yeah, we changed it after a while. It was originally called the Loft because 209 was a big member, but we changed it to Skylands afterwards once we got settled into our newest location.
Yeah, I was actually a member of the original Loft before this trial, the one in that playtest. So I was looking for the Loft in game. I did not realize that they were the same as the Skylands.
I mean, it was pretty similar. I think I'm not exactly sure. I don't think I was a part of the Loft during this playtest, but I was definitely during trial 1. All
right, so let's. I have quite a few questions about this. when did you join this group? Because I know they were a very small group, correct?
Yeah, I mean, I found them like the first night or first or second night. I kind of found them as a pretty small group,
Mm-hmm.
and like they had I was kind of walking around the spawn area, and like people already had like the kind of pre-established like friends and kind of like allies, stuff like that. So they kind of already had like the starts of like, I guess, the capital city and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to be in like a big group just because of, like, one, of what I said before, and two, because like my voice is kind of recognizable. I didn't want to be
Mhm.
like, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't want to like have that kind of happen. So I wanted to just kind of go out, and so I just went around and spawn, and then I found the loft people, and then I just
Mhm.
joined them because I thought it would be funny.
Yeah, nice. So, how many people were you guys in that group?
I think we had like a core of like 7 or 8. I think
Okay.
we had like some people come and go every once in a while, but like we had a core group of like us who stayed throughout the entirety of the trial.
Okay, so that wasn't extremely small actually. My sources had it at around like 4 or 5 people. 7 or 8 is definitely larger.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like, again, it depends because we had like a couple of like people come and go for a time, and like, I mean, I think people, it was kind of because we were so far away from everyone, people kind of got bored, and like some of the roles were kind of like, being a miner was very important but very
Mhm.
annoying.
Yeah.
And same, like at the beginning, being a guardsman was hard to level up, and like being a healer wasn't really important when there wasn't like any attacks.
Mm-hmm.
So God kind of just left before like stuff happened. But the core, like I think the core of us kind of stayed, and like we just kind of try to become self-sufficient, become rich, and like kind of just do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so from what I hear, Skyland's been kind of like a utopia. Everything I hear about it is like how great it was. Were there any negatives to Skyland? Was there any cons about it?
I mean, I like to think of us as kind of like a cult in a sense.
Mhm.
Like we never lead. I mean, we were kind of unorganized at times, but it was. I mean, again, our core group was really nice, but like we kind of disorganized because we didn't have exactly a proper plan when we first started. We knew we wanted to leave. So that was
Mhm.
kind of one of the downsides. And also, we suck at naming things. Like we had like arguments so many times about should we call what are we calling ourselves? Are we just still the loft? Are we this? Are we that? And we agreed on Skylanders
Mhm.
eventually, but it took a while for that to happen.
Do you think that having like a de facto leader or something would have been beneficial to you guys, or?
I mean, it goes back and forth because we kind of had like de facto leaders. Like, I think 930 was kind of like the babysitter of our group because she was like the most mature and kind of just like try to get us all in a single plan of thought. And like
Mhm.
people kind of called me as the de facto leader at times because I was like the one calling some of the shots.
Mhm.
But I feel like this like it was better having a community because everyone just kind of did their own thing and like tried to progress their own like roles, whatever,
Mhm.
and then everyone just kind of had their own plans for what to do, and we kind of just combined after that.
Were there any negatives to living so far away and not having people see your base, like know about your base?
It was boring. It was
Mhm.
very boring at times. Like again, we lost a lot of people because of like there wasn't a lot to do. Like the people who wanted to grinded, but people who kind of wanted to talk to people, it was just like it was hard because we were like 2,000 blocks away.
Mm-hmm. Because I feel like it's a civilization experiment, and you're kind of like locking yourselves up and not communicating. That was my worry. Is like, is that sort of a con for some people?
It 100% was, but we found ways to deal with it. We had like we did go to the mainland every once in a while. We had to like have pumpkin heads on so people knew we existed. But
Were you ever worried about your location being leaked?
yes, several times. But I mean, we had the pumpkin heads because it actually removed us off the locator bar when that was a thing. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the main reason. But like once that was removed, we kind of just kept it as like a cult thing.
Mm-hmm.
But like we had like people who left. Kind of we kind of trust them, kind of didn't. And then also there was people who found out places by pure accident,
Mm-hmm.
but they didn't end up leaking it. But we were scared they might have.
Yeah, so I know near the end, a lot of people were looking for the Skylanders, and being such a mysterious, hidden place kind of makes it more of a target for griefers. So like it would be valuable information to find out where it is, and it would kind of become like a trophy for somebody to go and attack someplace that's like that.
I mean, I won't reveal too much information, but we had like a lot of allies. Like we had a lot of allies who kind of like helped us with that.
So you were like ensuring you were fine on like the geopolitical scale.
Yeah, like we didn't like deal with we tried to deal with not many politics. Like we weren't a part. Like we watched as a dead horse raid happened. Like we didn't watch, but like we passed by dead horse when the
Yeah.
first kind of raids were happening, and like we just kind of decided to leave because like we didn't want to deal with any of that. But
I see. I see.
we tried to stay out of it, but we did like interact with a lot of people. Like we were friends with, we were good friends with the Marinas actually. Like I'm not sure if like
Yes.
yeah, I think 291 said a bit about that, but like yeah, I was friends with like the leaders of Marinas, and so they came to us for help every once in a while. And then I think back when there was a raid on the Marinas and like Mycelia, like when that was getting raided,
Yeah.
the leaders came to us for refuge to try to like get their stuff back.
I see. So actually, let's talk about that. When the Marinas fell, I hear that they went to your land for refuge. How was this like a large influx of people, or was it just like the leader?
I think there was like 5 or 6 people who came. Like it was a few people. Like it was the leader and the co-leader of the Marinas, and then it was the main leader of Mycelia, who you interviewed before, and there was a couple other people, just miscellaneous people we met along the way, who we kind of invited also, and we kind of swore them to like confidentiality, make sure they didn't say anything. But
And how did that go? Was it beneficial to have more people at that point?
yeah, it definitely helped because a lot of we had like no miners at the time because a lot of our miners kind of left because the mines were really not fun for anyone. Like I think that's like one of the one things about the server that was kind of iffy was that the mines were like either very dangerous or very boring. And like we were already so boring anyways, being so far away, so it was like it wasn't a good combination. But one of the marinas became a miner for us and like was actually the reason we got like a bunch of diamonds.
Okay, I see. But do you feel like maybe it was better that like once you settle them, you had your group, then like bringing in more people? Because there's a lot of civilizations that started off with that many people and not many of them succeeded. So was it more so that you had like already settled down and you had your basic stuff, then it was okay to bring in more people, or was it also more so like they were like an outer group of people, kind of, they're like a different like class of people, so it was easier to like organize stuff?
I mean, I think you've got it. It's pretty much a mix of both. I mean, they were like our allies before, like semi-allies before, and so it made it easier for them to like. Again, we just had to make sure like we can trust them, so they wouldn't like reveal a location. But that was the main thing. But once we could trust them, then like it was very beneficial to have them around and like prepared just in case. Like we had like one of them again mining for us. We had one of them preparing a safe house just in case our main base got briefed.
So you would say that the biggest issue with starting with a large civilization versus starting small and then becoming large is like loyalty to the cause, or what would you say?
People have to be like, you have to be entertained, or like you have to have a reason to keep going and kind of stuff like this. Because like playing Minecraft is fun, but like being in a civilization is fun. But like if you're not like having a smaller one is easier to like know what everyone wants to do and like what they want to contribute and stuff like that. If it's too big at the start, then there's people who kind of just don't do a whole lot. Or like there's not a lot for them to do. Like even if they want to do something, they can't really do it, and then they're kind of forced to like either go to the mines or like do a role they may not want to do. But for us, it was a lot easier to like get people.
And they kind of fade into the background as well, right? Because there's so many people.
Yeah, exactly. Like you should have heard. I don't know if you would ever like the dead like during like the peak hours of Dead Horse. It was so loud.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah.
And, like I remember I was trying to talk to like a librarian or something, and then like they just came out of like there was so many people we couldn't talk at Dead Horse. We had to go outside the walls, and it was even dangerous at night. So like.
Yeah, for sure. Then that leads me to my last question for you. If there was anything you could do different during this trial, do you have anything that you would have done differently?
Personally, no. I think people had some complaints about the sky basing in general, just because of like how I'm not exactly sure why. I think people said it was not aesthetically pleasing. People said like it was kind of breaking the system, like it wasn't realistic. To that I say you're wrong because like playing Minecraft is not that serious. But I feel like people have an idea to like nerf really good strategies, and like skybasing was a valid strategy because of the day one mobs being really annoying.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I guess if I could change one thing, I guess if we wouldn't have to rely so much on sky bases to exist.
Okay.
'Cause
Awesome.
That was just like that was all I kind of thing to fix that issue of the mobs because like at the beginning the mobs was so like that was just our solution.
Yeah, for sure. I think the reason why Dead Horse was the only like civilization that was like on the ground is because it was so hard to survive with mobs. Like Mycelia was fine because they were off on an island with mushroom, like they were mycelium islands, so there was no mob spawning. I know several other small islands also did okay, like North Marinas for a while. Everybody else was sky basing or on areas where mobs can't spawn.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like a better strategy. It's just a good strategy to survive. Like that's how it works in like the real world. Like if you want to survive, you find the best ways to survive. You don't hate the player, hate the game. That's what I say. Or what I say personally, hate Shot Rush because he made the game.
Yeah.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. But
all right, wonderful. I think that's our time for this interview. Unless you have anything else you'd like to say.
I mean, I just want to say real quick, I want to thank everyone who was a part of Skylands and everyone who was associated with them. Again, it was really fun and like a core group was like really close at the end of the day. Like, yeah, that's all I have to say. But like, Skylands on top always.
Hell yeah! All right, thank you very much.
Oh wait, one last thing. Subscribe to ABCWarrior on YouTube.
Oh, thank you very much.
Do it or else. We know where you live. We'll find out.
That's true.
It's not a joke.
This is true. Actually, we can do that.
Very true. All right, bye.
All right, bye. Alrighty, that was very entertaining. Yeah, well, you did hear the man. He did say to subscribe, so. Alright, let's see who we have next. Looks like we have... Ooh, some people have had to drop out. So I think we have one more scheduled interview. And then we're going to go back to the Jester to finish off our interview sessions. Let me just organize this a little bit while we bring in the next interviewee. Did not give me a skin or anything. I'd like to go last. We might bring the Jester in before. Let me ask them if they're good to go. Hold on. Good to go right now. Or should you have the Jester on first? Alright, you're good to go. Alright, there you go. Wonderful. I'm going to drag you in here then. If you could send me something to represent you, an image or your skin or something, Oliver. Drag you in for now. Let's get you settled in.
Give me a second. I gotta find. I said this to someone. Excuse my voice. Oh my god.
No worries, no worries.
Because I'm sick and I can't even feel half of my face. Who did I send this to? I remember someone, they had me send a picture of my skin to them. I just gotta find it.
No worries. Let's see how chat's doing. Skyland on top, real.
Oh, it was Nest World. Okay.
Skyland on top, quite literally. They were pretty far up top. Alrighty.
Here's my skin if you wish.
Perfect. Let's get that in here. So you're the right person. There we go. Alrighty. We're all set to go now. So, if you want to give us a little intro, who you were, what you were up to, where you're from.
Are they able to hear me if I whisper? Can I do that?
Yeah, you can whisper and I'll just turn you up a little bit.
Way easier on my voice, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're good. We appreciate you coming on.
Yeah, I'm 209. I didn't really do anything major, but I was in a lot of places, so I have a lot of experience with a lot of different groups of people.
Alright, do you have any... So, you said you were a cartographer. Did you also work on the maps?
I didn't post any maps in the Discord because I couldn't get them up in time. But at some point I think I had a map of Mycelia. I had a map of Fort Redberry. And I had a map of dead horse. Then I also had a larger map that I used for personal reasons, like getting around, finding things.
Alrighty. So since you were an explorer, they're a bit sick and their voice is aching, so we're thankful to have them on. That's why they're whispering.
Yeah, my bad.
Anyway, you were traveling around, so what inspired you to travel around instead of settling down somewhere?
I mean, I would get bored eventually staying in one place.
Mhm.
It was the person on before me, 634 was his number, I think.
Mhm.
As he said, I was part of the loft for the first couple trials, eventually turned into Skylands. But then so I ended up dying at the loft.
Mhm.
And because at the time, Trial 1 or Trial 2, whatever, it was Capitol Hill at Swan Ray.
Mhm.
They didn't have very good food supplies. And I'm very bad at Minecraft. So I could not, for the life of me, make my way back into the loft without dying. So when they ended up moving, I had no clue. So I ended up just like wandering around.
Mhm.
I was at Berrywood for a bit, or my bad, New Berrywood Commune, Berrywood, as they called it.
That's true.
I was there for a bit for food purposes. I ended up going to the early settlements of like Dead Horse for food, asking around what was going on. My first time being there, actually, I attended a trial for 814, I think. They were on trial for like either being a terrorist or a murderer or something.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of information on this trial, at least from my side. So if you have anything to share.
Yeah, I have no clue what they were on trial for. But I did walk in, and I felt bad, and so I like paid their bail. I like secretly gave them 20 leather. I say secretly, it was not secret. I was bragging to everybody, pretending I was like an amazing person. It was hilarious. But yeah, I paid bail. It was great.
So,
And then I
what
left
was
Deadhorse.
that trial like? Was there a judge or anything, or was it like a jury verdict, or what was going on?
Kind of a judge. It was like there were a couple people at the. Have you ever been to the courtroom? If you haven't, I'll explain it. There's like a little campfire area in the middle, surrounded by 4 like logs, right? Or seats or something. There were around 3 people a seat and some extras scattered throughout the room. And there wasn't really a judge, but there was a dude who kind of like spoke louder than everyone else. So maybe he was the judge. And so they eventually put it up to like a vote, and it was pretty like even on whether they kill or let her live. But I think once I paid their bail, people were more willing to let them live.
This was a very, very big deal that they let her live. So it's possible you completely changed how the world developed.
That would have been pretty cool if I did. I'm sure they would have came to the same conclusion now.
I don't know. I know for sure that at least one player that's the guy in Full Diamonds. I forget their 209, I believe they were. They were motivated. Oh, sorry, you're 209. I don't remember their username and their number then. 291. There you go. Close enough. 291. I believe that they were there just to kill 814 because 814 wronged them in the past. So and they were the biggest force, right, from the terror groups. So it's entirely possible that you allowing 814 to live there caused the downfall of and the rise of the terrorists and everything.
That would be incredibly funny.
Yeah. So what else did you get up to in your travels? Did you find out anything interesting that people don't know about?
After I paid bail, I kind of just like left. I took some food with me. I think I went to the marinas next, actually. I ended up finding them. I wrote down some notes about them. I think I actually have them somewhere. Yeah, they're not very important, but anyway. they had like at the time, I think it was session 3, one person had full diamond. They had a mushroom cow for food. I just kind of stopped by and said hello. I think they gave me a little bit of food, and they gave me directions to Mycelia.
Code JJ, it's because they're sick, so that's why they're whispering.
I'm a normal person, I swear. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So I got like an escort to Mycelia, and after I made it to Mycelia, I walked around for a bit. In fact, I think at this time I was trying to make a compass, so I was asking around for iron because there used to be, I don't know if it's a tree farm anymore. It was kind of turned into like the starting of like a big coliseum type of thing near the old marinas, giant staircase.
The old marinas. There was so in the ocean.
Yeah, in the ocean.
Are you talking about the big ship? The big ship thing?
No. It was near the big ship, but it was like a giant staircase leading up to like the starting of a big building.
I heard that there were hotels that were being constructed up there, like in apartments.
It never was really finished, so.
I think the hotels were finished, but like the rest of the areas were not.
Oh no, that's a different thing. It's like perpendicular to that.
Okay.
But anyway, regardless, I kind of went up there before it was being constructed, and I stole a little bit of redstone. So I was going around looking for iron to get a compass. Little did I know you had to be like a blacksmith at the time for a compass. I asked around at Mycelia for a compass, or for iron, and I think 291 was there. No, someone was there, and they said no. So I was like, okay. So I started like working there to try and buy the iron with work. I don't think I ended up ever getting the iron. Oh no, I did. I did eventually. It took a few sessions. I ended up kind of living there to level up librarian for a bit.
I see.
I helped organize their chests a little bit, but other than that, I didn't really affect much there. Actually, what was their number? There was a person someone added me in the Discord, but I enchanted their crossbow with quick charge, and I think they ended up getting a few kills with it, so I wonder if that ever like affected their PvP.
Yeah. Sorry, Sneeper, I see you in chat. If you want, message me at ABCWarrior. We'll get you in for an interview real quick. I think we have a little bit of room.
For interview, we love Sneeper.
Yeah. So 209, did you end up finishing your sessions at Mycelia? What happened?
What do you mean?
Did you finish?
So
yeah.
I didn't really like fully level up librarian because I was already a half level in builder and like a full level in farmer. So I ended up getting around 50,000-ish XP in librarian. But eventually, so 150 was one of the healers there. I think he was level 3 or 4. He might have been level 5 at the time. But he brought me aside at some point, took me to the Mycelia tree farm, and he told me that shit was about to get real. So it was about to go down. And like there were rumors of like terrorists getting ready to take control of the island. And I was planning on leaving anyway because I did not feel safe in Mycelia.
Yeah. So where did you end up going?
I packed my bags and I actually grabbed a bunch of stuff so I could bring it as offerings. I went to Fort Redberry.
I see.
I gave them what I had, and they agreed to let me stay there. Fort Redberry, actually, they have a cool like naming system. Like they gave everyone who was official there like a color for easier communication.
I see.
I don't recall all the numbers, but 310 was 310 was lilac, There was someone named Blue. I was orange. Number 2 was teal, I think.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple others.
The leader was red, I believe. I recall them being called red. What was your color?
I think there was a red.
I definitely heard some reds while I was there, and I was very confused.
There might have been a red, I don't know. Red might have been the new one, actually. There was a new player after I left. I stayed there. I got Grandmaster after complaining to Shot Rush to fix Librarian. I enchanted a couple things.
Awesome.
They were very organized. If you've never seen Fort Redberry, they were incredibly organized. It was very well put together there. I brought a mushroom with me, actually, as one of my gifts. They ended up naming it Percy Jack Shroom. So like a Percy Jackson and mushroom.
I see.
At some point, I think, I ended up dying to... Oh, what did I die to? Oh, yeah. So, to level up Librarian, if you don't know, the most efficient way is to place bookshelves. And before, because I'm very lazy, I would do this by pillaring up and then breaking.
I see. I think I know where this is going.
So, I fell off. Because of the speed 3, I was not ready to go flying off. And I lost it all. But because I'm 209 and I'm awesome, I got GM back in a little over 10 minutes.
Wow. That's crazy.
We have a lot of resources. Like if you have a good supply of wood and like axes, you can get GM pretty quickly. And then immediately after getting it back, I fell into a bit of lava and lost everything again.
I see. Were you the one who enchanted Fort Redberry's bow? Or was that found from fishing?
That was entirely fishing, actually.
I see. Alright, 209, I think that's about the time we have, so I'm gonna urge you to make final statements if you have anything to say.
Just to see Larpland.
That was certainly one of the statements of all time. So thank you, 209, for being on with us. Sneeper, I'm going to extend the invite once more. If you do want to come on, there is space for you. Otherwise, we're going to close it off with the Jester himself coming back at us again. Let's switch this to the Jester. Ooh. There we go. I don't see any response from Sneeper, so I think we're just going to get the Jester back in here. That's what the fans are clamoring for. Alright, get in here. Everybody wants to hear from you. Chat's going crazy.
Yeah! Chat's going crazy with the 2 people in there.
Yeah, the 2 people are going crazy.
They're rioting. They're
rioting. I think my channel's about to blow up from their excitement.
Gotta blow up.
Yeah.
Gotta blow up. Go to the roof? No, the roof is never there. Okay.
Exactly.
Any more questions you have for me?
That's quite a few, I believe. Let's start on a question that I don't know how much of an answer I'm going to get from you, but what did you think of the length of the trial?
They needed a break. I skipped a whole session just because I felt so terrible. Because it was so... Oh, we needed a break. We needed at least 1 or 2 days of break in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. I totally agree with that. And do you feel like 1 week in general was enough for the progression, or do you think that they should have kept going after a week?
That's a tough question, because Frank, let's be honest. There's only at the end there was a bunch of people in Diamond. There was like no netherite. There was never any.
There was netherite at the end. They added netherite in.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see a single person netherite.
It was a very hard to get specific recipe from the nether.
No one even wanted another. Do you know what I actually wanted since the very beginning? I wanted to be the potion guy. I wanted to be a healer. I wanted to get potions. I could never even get enough. There wasn't even blaze rods, I don't think, until the end.
Yeah, until the end. Yeah.
There was no way for me to achieve my goals.
I really don't think you would have gotten there either way. You probably would have died before.
That's true.
Yeah. So what was your favorite civilization? Other than Justocracy, because I feel like that's gonna be your answer.
You really, yeah, that was. I liked Loopland. Yeah, it'd have to be Loopland. I mean, they had a casino. They had my husband there.
Who was your husband?
Actually.
Who were your husbands?
Okay, at the beginning, it was. We all know who that one was. I don't remember numbers.
I don't remember who they were. It's fine.
Not even my husband's. And then I divorced him and remarried All That and Me. That's his Discord name.
Okay.
His 322, I believe, is his number.
Okay.
We got married. It was a small wedding compared to the last one. Yeah. I might
see.
get married again. You want to get married next trial?
I'll have to think about it, honestly. I'm gonna put that in my calendar as like something to think about. Is this like you're divorcing your previous husband, or is this a polyamory situation? What are we talking?
We will see. We will see.
Okay. You know, I'm just saying, you know.
Thinking polyamory, but for some reason my ex-husband and my new husband hated each other. Like,
That's
really
unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Coach JJ, I do see what you're mentioning. We're closing up in about 10 minutes anyway. So I was just offering for Sneeper if they wanted to jump in. We're not fully dried up just yet. We got I think I can wring 10 minutes out of the Jester.
Yeah, that's pretty easy. Oh, here's a quick question for the chat. What is your favorite flavor of ice cream?
All right. Moving on. What did you think? So you were at the casino. Did you ever get to play a game at the casino?
Not a single one.
Yeah. I think you were coming in.
I die too often to do that.
Yeah, I think you came in to play, and we got some answers actually. We got lemon is peak and cookies and cream. Lemon?
Those are terrible.
What? Cookies and cream is amazing.
Mint is better. Mint is better.
Mint is fine, but cookies and cream is like objectively the best.
No, mint is better. Not mint chocolate chip. Just mint ice cream is the best ice cream ever.
Oh, Coach JJ, he did say not mint chocolate chip. You're gonna have to keep up with us. Come on. I'm kidding. The Jester lies. The Jester always lies. There is no way your favorite ice cream is mint. There's no way your favorite ice cream is just pure mint.
I love mint ice cream. I'll be honest, I'm the pickiest eater on the planet.
Mint.
I love mint.
It's.
By the way, I gotta say, I'm like one of the pickiest eaters on earth. I'm a vegetarian just because I hate almost every meat-based product.
I don't even think I've had mint ice cream before. I've had mint chocolate chip a lot, but I don't think I've ever just had pure mint.
It's very rare ice cream. You have to go to
because nobody likes it.
No. Well.
Oh, yes.
There's no demand for it because no one's had it. But once you have it, you demand it.
I think that all right, there's mint ice cream propaganda on here, chat. Everybody, go try some mint ice cream before next stream, so we can all.
Propaganda. I tell the truth.
All right. Sure, whatever you say, man. Hey, propaganda can be truth. It is just a dissemination of information to lead you into one school of thought. Dissemination. I believe that's the correct term.
I wouldn't know words. I skipped middle school.
What about high school?
Oh, I was in high school.
Okay, so you just skipped like 3 years of middle school, and just straight. So you started high school at what age? Like 9?
No, I just skipped 3 years.
Of your life? Okay. Is that like outside of the exterior time period? Did you like jump those 3 years, or did your body just jump those 3 years and?
No, I just didn't do anything those 3 years. What is confusing here?
I'm just trying to understand.
You clearly are not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Here, let's do a quick food tier list. Tier: pizza, pasta.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Have you had pizzagetti before?
Pizza, ew. That sounds disgusting.
It's a Quebec special.
I hate spaghetti.
You like pasta as S?
I was thinking of specifically fettuccine alfredo.
Lasagna is pretty good, TV.
No, I hate lasagna.
You hate lasagna?
I hate lasagna. I don't like beef.
I guess that makes sense. Ugh.
I hate all.
You're a terrible man, Jester. Terrible man.
Also, I hate all fish products too.
Pasta's mid overall. I agree, Coach JJ.
Vegetables are terrible.
Can we jump to what happened at the casino?
Ask the casino man that.
No, I'm going to ask you that. I feel like you came to play a game, Sat there begging to
And
play a
I
game for 10 minutes, and then everything went to shit.
What happened was, I think, they just started debating everyone at the end. They got bored.
Yeah, right before you got to play.
Even funnier, since they didn't want to kill me because killing me was a pointless affair, they just spared me. And so whenever they went around killing, I would just follow them and pick up all the items from dead people.
Did
I
you?
had multiple sets of iron by the end.
I see. Did you get to gamble it in the last session, or did you not play in the last session?
Oh, I played in last session. I never got to gamble though.
Why? Was the casino not open for the last session?
No, it's because this one player called 274. He kept killing me over and over and sending me back to my spawn.
In the last session?
Yeah. Oh,
Wow.
every session. Every time he saw me, he would kill me. I was so mad. Oh my god.
I mean, I just want to throw out that 701 also killed you on site. So let's put that out there.
274 was more successful at it and more evil and diabolical.
Yeah,
Also,
okay,
he was
that's
the
true.
propaganda man. He was a propaganda guy.
274 was a
Yes.
propaganda guy?
Yeah, he made the stupid Jester poster.
Oh, it was a pretty good poster.
Is the Jester cringe down? Like,
As a
what?
digester fallen off.
Absolutely hate that poster. Truly, whenever I talk in chat, people just respond to my messages with that.
Yeah, you did do a very good job of hiding your identity.
Oh, fucking, it was hard. Okay.
You
I don't
could
have the
click on your Discord profile, and your activity would show you're playing Minecraft with your skin's icon on it.
No way.
Yeah, that's how I
No.
talked to you immediately.
No.
Check
Say
your
it so.
check your activity logs, guys, because yeah, Discord can just expose you like that. I don't know what launcher you're using.
Is that how everyone knew? I thought they just remembered I was the Jester.
I don't know.
My voice is a little hard to forget.
It is. I mean, I think you have one of the most recognizable voices on the server, if not the most recognizable voice.
Not Shadra. Shadra's is way more recognizable than mine.
Is it? I don't think
He's the
so.
most monotone. He's the
I've heard monotone people.
Dude, it's so funny to me because I've been in classes and people forget people's name. I haven't had a single teacher or really people in general forget my name once.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Dude, it's so funny. I
Yeah.
love high school. I would just take naps.
Yeah. That's alrighty. If you could do something for the next, if you had a suggestion for the next trial, what would it be?
Let's all make one big city.
That's a good idea, I think. And you want to be the leader?
No, hell no.
Oh, wow,
Make a prison.
okay. Cool. So, okay. It's very... You should be careful being next to the prison. It's very easy for people to just want to throw you in there.
That's true, no, but I want to be like the warden, where I would imprison people who are criminals. We never had that at any of the trials because we didn't have enough organization. But
Yeah.
I have one centralized prison. I can keep all the terrorists there.
The issue... Oh, okay. You're turning your back on terrorism for the next trial?
No, just crimes in general. Because if we have one centralized city, terrorism really wouldn't exist. It would just be crimes. So if you stole...
I think that there's a very distinct branch of terrorism called domestic terrorism.
No, that doesn't exist.
Alright, never mind.
Criminal. That's called criminal.
It's called criminal. Yeah, okay. True.
I would just be the prison guard. I've even been practicing a few voices.
I
wouldn't be doing that. That would expose me.
True, okay. You're gonna be pulling up a voice changer, or are you just gonna be like raw dogging it?
I'm just gonna be raw dogging it. I mean, I gotta
All right.
practice my skills.
Alright. That sounds good to me. I have
So far. I can do a
go.
Stitch impression right now.
a what?
Ohana means family. Think about.
Yeah, no, I could totally tell that was you.
What?
Yes!
What?
It just sounds like you doing an impression.
My precious. Wait, no, that was bad.
Yeah, I feel like even if you were really good at doing that, we would still know it was you, just because you're the only person that would be doing that.
But come on,
I'm
man.
saying TV. This guy needs his own
I'll have
show.
a mustache on. I'll have a mustache on. It'll be great. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
we'll get another white guy doing a podcast. That'll be great.
We do. Isn't that what we're doing right now, basically? Isn't that what we're doing? I mean, I'm technically not a white guy, so I guess it's
we are
fine.
doing a podcast right now.
Yeah,
But I didn't know it was a podcast.
It's fine.
I've been tricked here.
Yeah, I know, my bad.
I've been made the fool. Because I am the fool.
It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I've used that joke so many times.
See, I'm trying to talk about the server. Leashes
Look,
on the server.
You need newsman puns. You need puns based on you being the news guy.
Okay, hear me out for a second, alright? Leashes on downed players, they cannot be attached to fences, so you just have to hold on to everybody in prison.
Slavery!
No, like, if you're the prison guard, you have to be sitting in the prison at all times.
Well, that's my job. That's a prison guard's job.
No, but you don't have to be sitting in front of all the prisoners. You could be attached to like 20 different prisoners all day, every day.
I assume we would have like multiple prison guards. I was thinking it'd be the warden, not the prison guards.
The prison guards are always going to have somebody attached to them.
Well, yeah, I assumed they'd be like, basically we just keep them and make them do like manual labor, like make them miners and stuff, make them blacksmiths.
Oh, you don't down them then.
Well, wait, do we have to keep them down with a leash on? Because I assume once they're down, you leash them, then you
can't
control them.
No, you have to keep them down. At least from what I know, you have to keep them down.
No, last trial 0, you could leash someone.
You can chat, confirm or deny. I trust in chat, and chat above all else.
In Shadrush we trust.
No, trust in chat.
I don't trust chat.
I trust chat. Chat, what do you think, chat? Can you leash an alive person? Trial 0 leashes were on alive players. There was no downing. Does that mean that it's changed now, though? Because from what I know now, when I tested out the leashes, it was that you can only do it on a down person. They might have changed it again, though. Yep. Alright, Jester. I'm Staff, and I have no idea. I'm pretty sure it's just down players. Jester's just spreading more propaganda. Alright, Jester.
No, the Jester doesn't spread propaganda.
I've heard rumors that you might be voicing in a YouTube video in the future. Is this true?
I've been in association with a lot of videos. I might be in them. I might not. We'll see how it goes. Really having a hard time getting off the ground. I'm gonna be voicing. Is this gonna be made into a YouTube video? Yeah,
I'm thinking about editing some of this into shorter clips, compilation for interviews.
Yeah. Blast and a half.
Yes, it will be. You have very intriguing vocabulary.
Thank you. I mostly steal them from kids' TV shows.
That does sound like something you would do. That's a good TV show.
It is a great TV show. Wait, were you talking about Transformers Prime or Transformers Robots in Disguise?
What?
Or is it Transformers Rescue Rangers?
Don't know which one it was. Definitely not this one, Robots in Disguise. It's like the really old one. Anyway, it is 5 p.m. VODs. Yeah, there's gonna be VODs for sure. They're gonna be saved, but I'm gonna cut it up to the best pieces for people to watch afterwards.
And the only way I know how to end anything. I think we all know how I'm gonna end this.
I'm very concerned, but go ahead.
I know a place
where the grass is